Imagine discovering that everything you believed about a life you trusted was a lie. Christine Brown spent years smiling for the cameras, pretending her marriage was perfect, while behind the scenes, the truth was far darker. But now, after years of silence, she's finally speaking her full story, revealing hidden betrayals, financial secrets, and a spiritual marriage that was never real. This is the story of one woman stepping out of the shadows, reclaiming her life, and exposing the quiet manipulations that no one dared to talk about. And the revelations she shares will shock you, challenge everything you thought you knew, and leave you questioning how much of what you see is really the truth. Christine Brown had always been the quiet one, the wife who smiled through the camera, the woman who endured the awkward silences and nodded along at family dinners, the one who carried the weight of a household that seemed perfect to outsiders, but was quietly fracturing inside. And for years, viewers only saw what they were meant to see: the laughter, the polite conversations, the family gatherings that looked like harmony. But behind every smile, there was a tension that was rarely captured on camera, a subtle unease, a heaviness in Christine's eyes, a pause in her voice, a hesitation that fans sensed but could never fully understand, until now. Because the new 32 pages of her memoir are not filler, they are a storm, a carefully orchestrated revelation that unravels years of performance and lays bare the truth of a marriage that was never truly equal, the truth of a covenant that was never sacred, the truth of a family that appeared united while quietly fracturing. And the moment Christine decided to put pen to paper was not spontaneous, it was deliberate. It was a culmination of years of quiet observation, reflection, and finally, courage. She recounts watching herself on TV, moments when she claimed happiness, but knew deep down it was a lie. The realization that the role she had played, the smiling wife, the peacekeeper, the woman who kept the household together, was a mask that suffocated her identity. And that mask was reinforced by a covenant crafted by Cody, a handwritten document adorned with flourishes and symbolism designed to appear sacred, but in reality it was a tool of control, a script dictating loyalty and obedience disguised as a spiritual marriage. And as she revisits that covenant years later, she sees it for what it truly was, not a declaration of love or partnership, but a performance, a contract that allowed one person to hold power over another. And the memoir meticulously documents the imbalance, not only emotionally, but financially. Christine details the contributions she made to the household: childcare, groceries, rent, education, healthcare, and then contrasts them with what Cody contributed, showing a clear pattern of one household receiving support while others quietly sacrificed. She includes receipts, screenshots, handwritten notes that track every transaction, every sacrifice, every moment when her labor and her money were redirected to serve someone else's comfort. And the narrative grows more intense as she recounts moments off camera when Cody allegedly admitted that their marriage was largely symbolic, something to please the church, to maintain appearances, a confession that reveals he himself acknowledged the cracks in the relationship, yet still expected her compliance. And the memoir captures the emotional devastation of realizing that the foundation she built her life on was not love, but image, that the role she played was never reciprocated, that the spiritual marriage she defended was a stage, a theater that required her to perform while her own needs and emotions were consistently sidelined. And as the story unfolds, Christine describes the turning point, the moment she stopped pretending, the moment she recognized that the covenants, the promises, the carefully constructed appearances were not protection, they were tools of control. And that realization sparks a series of revelations about the family dynamics, the quiet struggles, the financial inequities, and the sacrifices of other wives who also endured in silence. And the memoir loops back repeatedly, referencing early seasons of the show, moments that once seemed joyful that now read as performances, empty gestures, lines recited for the cameras, while real emotions were hidden behind polite nods and smiles. and Christine documents the process of her awakening with precision, showing how each revelation built on the last, how she pieced together the emotional and financial puzzle, how she recognized the system she had been navigating, and how she finally decided to step out of it with deliberate grace and clarity. And she does so without anger, without sensationalism, without dramatic accusations. Instead, she presents cold, hard facts, receipts, financial timelines, emotional recollections, each item a breadcrumb leading the reader and the viewer deeper into the truth, each detail a puzzle piece that forms a complete picture of manipulation, control, and inequity. And the memoir also hints at what comes next. Next, a life reclaimed, a new identity, a rebranding of herself. Christine erases old titles from social media bios and replaces them with statements of empowerment, independence, and hope. A clear signal that the old Christine, tied to the show, to Cody, to the system, is gone. And what remains is a woman who has reclaimed her voice and is ready to chart her own course. And the suspense in the narrative is deliberate. Each paragraph loops back to previous events, each revelation is followed by a hint of what she will reveal next, creating a tension that keeps readers and viewers engaged, unable to look away as Christine slowly dismantles the carefully curated facade of the family while revealing her own journey of awakening. Her meticulous documentation of finances, her recollections of emotional neglect, her observations of others' sacrifices, her courage in finally speaking her truth, all work together to create a story that is immersive, suspenseful, and deeply human. And every moment in the memoir builds anticipation. The audience is left wondering what she will reveal next, who else observed, who else suffered, what else is hidden behind the scenes. And the loop of suspense continues with every detail of the covenant, the receipts, the off-camera confessions, the missed financial contributions, the quiet sacrifices, and the subtle digital signals that show her moving forward, leaving the past behind. And the tension escalates as viewers are drawn into the narrative, compelled to follow every revelation because each page promises another insight, another confirmation, another truth about the hidden realities of a life that looked perfect but was built on performance. And as Christine's story unfolds, the audience is led through a journey of discovery, reflection, and empowerment, witnessing a woman reclaiming her life, her autonomy, and her voice, piece by piece. And the suspense is carefully maintained because each revelation is paired with a subtle hint of what comes next, a voicemail not yet revealed, a conversation. As Christine Brown steps further into her new life, the story grows more intense, more layered, and more compelling. Every revelation in her memoir builds on the last, and the suspense tightens, because viewers are no longer watching a single narrative. They are witnessing the unraveling of an entire carefully constructed world, a family empire that thrived on appearances, control, and carefully curated narratives. And the audience feels the weight of each decision, each silent observation, each subtle act of defiance, as Christine documents the quiet betrayals, the financial inequities, the emotional neglect, and the systematic imbalances that shaped her experience. And while she recounts her own awakening, she also hints at the broader consequences, the ripple effects that reach across the family, the network, and the viewers who have been invested in this story for years. And every page pulls the audience deeper into the story as she describes the meticulous planning that allowed her to finally speak without fear of legal repercussions or backlash. The escape clause, tucked quietly into her contract years before, becomes a symbol of strategic courage, a lifeline that allowed her to reclaim her voice and her narrative. And the narrative loops repeatedly, drawing attention to small details, the changes in social media bios, the subtle shifts in interactions, the absence of tags and mentions, all of which signal a profound break from the past and keep the audience on edge, wondering what she will reveal next. And the suspense escalates as Christine recounts the precise moments of realization, the times when she recognized the emotional manipulation, the system of control disguised as faith, and the moments when she realized that the sacrifices she had made were never reciprocated, that the covenant that once seemed sacred was nothing more than a tool to ensure compliance. And the memoir is structured to maximize suspense, each revelation followed by a subtle foreshadowing of what comes next. The financial records, the receipts, the screenshots of transactions, the tallying of expenses and contributions all form a cold and undeniable pattern of inequity and imbalance that the audience cannot ignore. And as the narrative continues, Christine introduces moments of reflection, moments when she watches old episodes and recognizes the performance she had been forced to enact. Thus eager for more, wondering what new steps Christine will take, how the family will respond, and what future revelations may emerge as Christine continues to write the story of her life in her own voice, with her own truth, crafting a legacy of empowerment, courage, and meticulous insight that keeps audiences captivated and fully invested in every next word, action, and revelation as she transforms her past into a narrative of freedom, independence, and quiet power. And the suspense lingers with every page, every scene, and every hint of what comes next, compelling viewers to stay engaged and follow Christine on every step of her journey as she continues to reclaim her identity, her life, and her voice. And the story remains a masterful loop of revelation, anticipation, empowerment, and dramatic suspense, a narrative designed to captivate the audience fully and ensure that no one can look away from Christine Brown's story of awakening, survival, and liberation. Christine Brown has finally stepped out of the shadows, told her truth, and exposed the hidden realities behind a life that looked perfect but was anything but. Her story isn't just about betrayal or financial inequity, it's about courage, independence, and reclaiming your voice in the face of control and silence. As her memoir shakes the foundations of the family, the show, and the system she once lived in, one thing is clear: Christine isn't just leaving a past behind, she's inspiring anyone who has ever felt trapped to find their own strength and step into their own truth. And as viewers, we're left asking what comes next, who else will speak, and how much more will be revealed. But one fact remains undeniable: the quiet power of a woman claiming her life is unstoppable.